It is morning.
It's just after 8. The crows have been up since 5.
I don't know that the crows ever went to sleep.
No, they did.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
The trains have been going since about 6, but the crows have been up a bit longer.
They're very chattery, which is why I'm not awake.
So today we are going to Market Harborough. We're going to go to up 5 more locks, get water at Foxton, where the Foxton flight begins. We're not going up the Foxton flight, we're turning onto the Market Harborough arm.
Yep. So.
Still looking for recycling, and there's a tunnel.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the tunnel. 880 yards, first longest tunnel we've been through yet.
Still undecided whether me and George are going through or over the top.
Right, should say longest tunnel I've been through yet. And yeah, so basically it's a fairly 1.5 miles this way, then 5 locks very short after each other, and then the rest of the way there's no locks. So it should be fairly low stress once we get past there.
And the whole idea was to go early so that we could get the 5 locks over with before it gets super hot again.
Yeah.
So we should go.
We're on our way. Misery, happiness. Jojo?
Yeah?
Would you mind telling me where you put the tunnel?
What's the problem?
Well, see, last night you took the tiller off and you hid it somewhere, and I don't know where.
It's just inside.
Just inside. Okay, good, because we just got started. Without it, so, you know. Which, this is how sleepy I am. Didn't even notice until I reached back and was like, why am I still reaching further back? Like, yeah. So anyway, problem sorted. Issue.
How can George be muddy already?
He's your dog. They'll figure out a way. He's got time.
Got everything you need now?
Think so. To the gentleman driving the white van across Bowman Bridge number 77 across the Grand Union, if you'd like your banana back, it seems to have fallen on my boat. And to the people who shop at the co-op, yeah, we don't mind taking up your plastics. And your mint humbugs. Apparently you like mint humbugs.
So we've just got to Taylor's turnover lock, and it's kind of 2 locks in a row, and there's a boat just coming down the one above. So as this lock's full, we're going to wait for them to come through this one, and then come up when they've gone through the 2, and there's a massive seafloor over there. So it's the next day now.
Yep, the future has occurred. It is today, which is the day after the day that we shot what we just saw.
And if you understood that, congratulations.
So basically we made it down to Market Harborough last night.
Considering we'd left our mooring at 8 o'clock and we didn't get in till 6:30, it was just quite a long day. Because the 5 locks were quite close together, but they were heavy and
A little bit difficult. So then we decided to go through the tunnel. George and you walked over. I went through. I was pleased to see, as I came around the corner, that you could see straight through the tunnel.
because it's a two-way tunnel, this one.
There's a two-way tunnel, and it mentions in the Nicholson's guide that there's a bend in it. If there's a bend, it's not
A bad one.
a bad one.
Yeah, you can at least, I think, just, not that I was in it, but just knowing you can see the end is quite somehow reassuring, isn't it?
It is, yeah. About an 18-minute trip through there.
Yeah, me and George walked over the top. It was like a really very clear towpath route over the top, and we were much quicker than you this time. So then we had a couple of miles, and we got to Foxton, which was really busy. I met a couple of viewers, although we had loads of things going on. There was phone calls happening, and we were filling up with water, and we were talking to other boaters, so we didn't really get a chance to just stop and talk to the people that stopped to say hello, which was a shame.
I know. No, there's a couple who's been talking to us on Facebook. Congratulations on getting your boat. But yeah, we had a long, slow tap fill because there's two taps and they're both on the same supply. So the boat in front of us was just finishing up, and when we turned our tap on, it sucked all of the it just sucked all of the volume out of his. Then he gets to the top and it's like, okay, he shuts his off and ours is suddenly going at a normal speed.
He had to wait because he'd booked to go up the locks, so he was waiting for like an hour after then anyway to
Yeah.
Did you go and have a look at the locks?
Just to get an idea of what they were. Mainly I was looking at what our route was. It's not a very big junction. Like there's plenty of room to turn, but there's quite a few boats in there.
Yeah.
And there's
moorings.
There's the Market Harborough arm, there's a small private arm, then there's the locks, then there's
people waiting for the locks, there's people coming in and out of the locks.
yeah, and there's a little trip boat that moves around in there and stuff. So I just kind of wanted to have an idea ahead of time of what we were going to be traveling
And
through.
so many pedestrians as well.
Yeah.
But so I went up and looked at the locks because we haven't done like actual staircase locks before, and I didn't realise it was basically 2 sets of 5 staircase locks. The lock keepers are there from 8 a.m.
You basically just show up and say, we want to go up, and then they schedule you based on what traffic is happening at the moment.
And they're single
5-step
locks as well, which I didn't realise. They're narrow locks.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, like because we're on a wide canal before.
And there's a wide canal after.
Yeah, so that confused me.
Strange.
Yeah, because there was 2 boats coming down, but they were coming down one after the other.
Oh, okay. Well, no wonder everybody wants to bring back the inclined lift.
What inclined lift?
Oh, there's a site where there used to be an inclined lift where you'd go into a big caisson and it would close, and then horses or a steam engine. I'm not sure.
I hope it's an engine and not horses.
Yeah, I can't remember, but basically it would lift the whole thing up. They're cantilevered against each other, so it's not
that much.
It's not a huge amount of force. It's mainly just a large
And
amount.
that was at Foxton.
Yeah, that was the Foxton inclined plane.
Well, I don't know if it's just the time of year, but that's like the busiest little hub that we've been to. So we've come down the Market Harborough arm, and then we'll probably be back there in 5 days to a week.
Yeah. So the cool thing about the Market Harborough arm is you immediately pass a swing bridge, which thankfully was swung, and then there's a whole bunch of moorings, and then there's the most complicated swing bridge
We
I've
got
seen
to
yet.
we got to the second swing bridge, and I think that guy had told you it was tricky or difficult. So I was like, I'll drive. So you got off.
Yeah.
You got off. I jumped on, and Michael went over to work out how to do the swing.
And he told me there was like magnets involved and everything. So you go and you turn your key, and turning your key releases the electromagnet. And then you can go and you can move the 2 arms. You wait for all the traffic to pass, you go across the bridge, you move one of them, you make sure it clicks into place. You go to the other one, you move it over, you make sure it clicks into place. Because if either of them doesn't click properly into place or doesn't stay clicked into place, then you won't be able to turn the key or move the bridge. Then once those are done, you go over, you grab this red handle, you pull it, and then you shove this really quite heavy swing bridge out of the way.
Manually, yeah.
Yeah, and I get the thing open. Joe moves through.
Then a boat came up behind us, and she was a single-hander, so it was really good timing for her. She got to go past.
Yeah, she was super happy about it.
Yeah, she was like, thank you.
I close everything up.
I'm just about to untie the boat to get us both on, and this training boat comes along. So I was like, oh, let's just wait for them to pass. And I was like, hang on, we need to grab onto the rope because I thought they're going to pull our boat about. And then I was like, well, we're on the landing for the swing
And it's
bridge.
a very short landing.
So it's like, where they're going to go. So Mike was like, oh, I'll just go and do it for them. So he runs back to go through the whole process.
1, 2, 3, push. Okay.
So they go through.
And then I hear this voice. And it's Jono. His boat starts passing by, and I was like, that's Jono's boat. That's Molly. There's Jono. Okay.
And then it was about a 2.5 hour cruise to the basin. And
Past a meat rendering plant. I don't know if you noticed the smell.
no.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite a long, tiring slog down here. But it's a beautiful part of Canal. On the Leicester Arm, on the Grand Union, it's very open and lots of fields, and because we're quite high up now, I really enjoy being, up at the peak just because of the views. So then when we came onto the Market Harborough Arm, it's quite tree lined and a very dark green corridor. Oh, and what else did you see?
Oh, the snake. Yeah, there was a snake. That was kind of weird.
A little brown
About
thing.
that big, and it was just swimming across the surface. But I was still just like, snake.
Where were you when I crashed the boat?
You didn't crash the boat.
Where were you?
I was at the front.
Oh, okay, because I was waiting for your head to pop up.
No, I was like, well, she'll figure it out soon. Or
Did I actually crash?
No, you came very close.
Okay.
But not too close.
It was just that thing again of going through a bridge and going faster than you think you are, so that when there's a turn straight after the bridge, you're just in the wrong place and you're moving too fast. So that wasn't fun.
Then it was really just a couple of
It just seemed
big turns and stuff.
to go on forever. I was like, when are we going to get there?
Yeah.
And then we
Still,
got
lots of potential mooring, like lots of 1 week and 2 week mooring.
before the basin.
Yeah.
In the basin, it's £12 a night, but apparently you get a hot shower and electricity. But we've got hot showers and we've got electricity. So.
Yeah, and just outside the basin, there are a small number of these moorings, but they're on quite a bit of a curve, and they're 48 hours, so we'll probably stay here tonight and then maybe move forward to one of the ones a little further out of town, a little bit less convenient of a walk.
Speaking of little,
Oh yes, little.
we had a little wander into the town today. It's a really nice little town, like little market town. Oh, Market Harborough, it's a market town. All makes sense.
It all makes sense.
And I don't think I really slept after the train. But that was fairly late, but then still early.
You're not making any sense.
I'm not awake.
Behind Joe, and I can see him. Where'd he go? George! There you are. He's just camouflage. This is just George
Where is
camouflage.
he?
He's right there.
Oh yeah, he's right in front
Just
of us.
George camouflage.
Like she was a single-hander on her own, which is what a single-hander is.
Pretty much.
I think it's why we're
Procrastinating.
by recording this.